Hello everyone, I'm Phoenix Tremaine, and this is going to be my review of Insecure Season 4, Episode 2. But first, if you haven't done so, please take a minute to subscribe. If you have subscribed, thank you very much. Really do appreciate it. Now, please, if you can, check out my other channel. You'll find a link in the description box, as well as my social media tabs, because I'm trying to build my social media presence, and I'm offering lots of entertainment news and information. On Twitter, I'm 140 away from my goal of 500. On Instagram, I need 32 more people to reach that 500 goal. And on my YouTube channel, my new YouTube channel, I need 477 people to reach my goal of 1,000. And those are like different plateaus I just try to reach before I go to the next plateau. And of course, on my main channel, I have 20,000 subscribers, and I'm trying to get to 25,000. So if you can do so, help a brother out. Hit that subscribe button. If you like my videos, hit that bell notification. Then we're going to talk about some Insecure. This is episode 2, and we're 3 months before the block party. Andrew isn't sharing anything deep with Molly. Now, sometimes you just gotta take a hint, and I know it'll probably evolve beyond this, but when a person shows you what they want from you, believe them. Okay, only thing he wants is sex, and maybe to have some fun, a concert, a play, a restaurant. As she said, they don't really talk about anything beyond the superficial. It is what it is, and it's driving her crazy because she wants more of a relationship and she wants to go deeper. But we'll get more into that later. Issa and Condola have an awkward moment when Condola mentions that she's going away, and then Issa says, "Oh, that's romantic," and she realizes, "Oh, you're going away with Lawrence." And they have this awkward moment, but they sort of break that ice by talking about how crazy it is that he, instead of ketchup, he uses mayonnaise when he's eating French fries. And they kind of laugh it off. Meanwhile, Molly is mad that only thing that her and Andrew do is have sex. And I felt for her a little bit. It's kind of hard to feel for Molly, but I felt for a little bit because way back when, like 20 years ago, I was dating around, and there were a few dating relationships. I don't even want to call it relationships, but because never got past the dating stage where I just felt like a sex object. Like all that they wanted was sex. We can talk. If we go to a restaurant, it was like a lot of silence, but next thing we get somewhere alone, and then it's hurry up and give me the dick, just to put it bluntly. And I realized that it was what it was, that you're not trying to get to know me, you just want some dick and go about your business. And I decided that that's not what I wanted. I was looking for a relationship, so I moved on. But Molly's hanging on for dear life. Then we have Tia's Bay. Okay, my note is Tia's Bay is still digging up in Issa, and the condom comes off. So my immediately thought was morning after pill. You need to go right to the drugstore, and you need to make sure that you're not baby mama number 4, because she later says that he has 2 baby mamas and 1 on the way, and she should have been messing with him to begin with. So my immediate thought was morning after pill. It's because it seems like she was semi-enjoying it. The looks and expressions on her face was kind of hard to read. Like at one point it looked like she was enjoying herself, then the next point she looked bored. So, I'm not sure what I was supposed to translate from that. But anyway, we had a scene where she had to fish it out or squeeze it out. And, yeah, that happened. And yes, occasionally you have sex, the condom does slip off, and, it is what it is. Molly presses for a night in versus the Summer Walker concert that Andrew wants to go to. And so, as she, oh, we ain't got that far yet. And then they also have the next scene is also Molly, where she shut down at work when she's trying to talk to a coworker about Cabo, some suggestions for him, and he just kind of blows her off and walks away. As I said for my episode 1 review, that I have not seen seasons 1, 2, and 3. I've seen the first episode of season 1, and then I kind of didn't get back to it. Then I went on ahead and got the DVD set for it, Insecure, support Nisa, and then I never got around to watching it. And then people started telling me different things about the show that turned me off, like the use of the N-word a lot. And they know I hate shows that do that. And luckily in this episode, there was no N-word anywhere to be found. I was a happy camper. Although episode 1, it was used one time, but hey, progress. And, so I didn't realize that she had, I thought that maybe her and a coworker had screwed before and it didn't work out. Y'all can tell me in the comment section if that happened or if it was just something work related. But we get to Lawrence is uncomfortable when he finds out that Issa and Condola are talking about him. So this is where things got really interesting, because Lawrence wasn't man enough to nip this in the bud in the beginning when he found out that Condola and Issa were friends and they were getting closer, and he had made this dinner for Condola and she ran out because she got in her feelings because they were together for 5 years. It was at that moment he should have known that he needs to nip this Issa Condola situation in the bud, point blank period, because she's already in her feelings for no reason at all. She has no reason to run out like that. Things happen, situations happen, but how she handled it, it shows sort of how fragile she is in regards to this situation. So my next conversation with Condola would have been because she asked him, hey, how do you feel about me being friends with your ex? My answer would have been, I feel like you shouldn't do it. It's only going to cause problems. And if she persisted in deciding that she wanted the friendship to continue, then we would have problems. Let's just say we would have problems. So that's when Lawrence goes ahead and he talks to his boys about the situation. I don't know who wrote that. Typically in these situations, because I'm a guy, I've been in these situations before, yes, there's usually like at least one person, usually they're younger, that give you the absolute worst advice to a situation, and then there's usually the person who gives good advice, me, who will give you the most rational and reasonable explanation of what needs to be done. And then you have random friends giving in their 2 cents, either agreeing with one or the other, or saying, I don't know what to tell you. So that his 2 friends were a little inept, and I don't know if they were supposed to be comic relief, but when Issa needs friends, she kind of got a good diverse group of friends to bounce off of, whereas Lawrence needs to talk to friends, and they gave him 2 people that were useless. Because the bottom line, to just boil this down to, there's a few things that Lawrence could have done in this situation. including asking Condola, how would she feel if I became friends with your ex, and that, we were having conversations behind your back about you. How would that make you feel? She would, of course, say, look, I wouldn't feel good about that. She may even throw a but in there. But then the next thing you can easily say to her is, well, look, I think that this is going to be a really awkward situation with you and Issa being friends. So to end this awkwardness, I think I should be friends with Issa too. We can be grown-ups about this. And, me and Issa will be friends too. That way, we can all be around each other. Won't be a big deal. But just know that I am now becoming friends with my ex. And I have a feeling you may not like how that ends. Just saying. I think that she probably would pump the brakes on me being friends with my ex. If she's smart. So there's different ways to approach this. To nip this situation in the bud. Because we all know storyline wise, it's not going to be a happy ending. And I have a good feeling. I ain't been watching the show for the last 3 seasons, but I have a really good feeling. Simple fact that Lawrence went to Issa, which we'll get to. Yeah, by the end of the season, they're screwing. They're gonna cheat. Watch. Now, Issa meets Condola, and Molly arrives, and she does not realize. She didn't realize Condola would be coming, and this creates yet another awkward situation where Molly is saying, hey, I really wanted to talk to you one-on-one. And Issa's like, well, get to know my friend Condola. You can bounce off her too. And so it was clear that the awkwardness that ended episode 1 has continued. They've been avoiding each other. And Issa's fine with that. And she really wants Condola to be a buffer between her and Molly. So we got, then we got Lawrence goes to Issa to talk about the situation. And I don't know if this was revealed before. You can tell me in the comment section that his first name is actually Martin. But that was like probably one of the biggest mistakes Lawrence has made. Because now he has gone behind Condola's back to talk to Issa. And later in the episode, Issa's gonna ask him, did you tell Condola we talked? Should I say anything? We'll get to that later. But he has now created a situation where when Condola finds out that they're talking, behind her back, oh, that's not gonna be good. She's gonna be pissed. She's gonna be more pissed than when she ran out of the apartment when she found out that they were together for 5 years, and now they still talking. We know where this is going. So Molly continues to push Andrew to open up, and this leads to Andrew having a big blow up and leaving out. Now, she's a lawyer, so she should know how to approach a person about different subjects. When they are shutting down and not opening up to you, pressing them is only going to push them away, which is what happened. He went running to the Summer Walker concert without her because clearly he does not want to open up and share things about him to her, and she's just not picking up what he's laying down. And we're going to talk about how that resolved itself when we get to that scene. Now, we got Lawrence. Well, we talked about Lawrence messed up because by not telling Con about the conversation, Issa called him. Now, Issa was being a good friend. Most ex-girlfriends or girlfriends or friends would have probably tried to cover themselves by letting Condola know straight up, look, me and Lawrence had this conversation about, not talking about him, and I just wanted you to know that, we're not going to do it or whatever. And this will cause many, many problems in relationships because people are petty like that. But that's how I think the situation would have went in real life. But Issa, being a good person, being a good friend, being a good ex, gave Lawrence the heads up of how she should handle it, and he told her the wrong thing, because the best thing that Lawrence could have done in this situation is tell Condola himself that he met with Issa to ask her to stop talking about him because it was making him uncomfortable. She would have been in her feelings, but at least she would have found out from him and not some other way. We also get a scene where Issa ghosts Molly after Andrew runs out on her. She calls Issa, and then Issa just kind of sends her the voicemail. And then Molly's friction with her coworker she had earlier sort of comes to an end when she offers an apology to him, and he looks like he don't know how to take it, but it looks like he's gonna calm down a little. And I think Molly's gonna end up screwing him. I just feel like if they haven't done it already, this is where that's leading to. Now Andrew calls Molly, who says that he wants to take his time and open it up. And then I translated that. Let me mansplain that to you. The mansplained version of what he said is, the ussy's good, I don't want to mess that up. So I'm going to tell you that I'll open up eventually, but I just want you to keep opening up for me. That's what that is. At least in real life, that's what that would be. He's making sure that he can still get some while dangling that carrot in your face, amongst other things, that he will eventually get to, And you're going to be hoping against hope that, well, he said. And then Molly ends up meeting Issa one-on-one. They had a jog or whatever. And when Issa asks her, what's going on with her, Molly's like, nothing. So, they're both distancing themselves away from each other, and their friendship is now having walls thrown up where it's going to lead to the end of their relationship, which is kind of what they said in the episode 1 narration. And we also got another thing that happened that I really wish they actually showed us, but TSA Bay got dumped by Issa off camera, and that's very understandable. But that's it. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought about my commentary, how you felt about it. Hopefully it's your understanding, and let's take it from there. What did you think about Insecure episode 2? And I will see you in the next video, and I will probably be talking to you in the comment section. Thanks for watching.